Here is my blade bag, which can be mixed with anything up, and a bicycle box. And this is a bus that will take me straight to Las Vegas, where I have a plane. My ticket costs $41 for one seat. The back place is free, but the bike is too large, so I paid $39 for it. Here is the Vegas. The whole city lights up. I found a taxi to the airport for $20. It's not so far. We decided to put a bicycle inside a small car and for some time had troubles with the seat. And finally we got a man who helped us to fold it. I saw the Las Vegas itself only from the side of my taxi window, but I know that they have a casino inside the airport. This airport is so huge that they have an unmanned subway cars going through its territory. The boarding time is approaching, and I will have almost a full day of flight by 3 planes. The boarding have been announced. Everyone goes there, but I'm going one of the last. Well, when I checked in, I ordered a seat at the plane tail near the window. I hope that the plane will be half empty, and now by entering last, I will be able to go through the entire cabin, evaluate the situation and maybe find 3 empty seats, side by side, where I could lie down. Such a hint, just in case someone needs it. Right now I need to go to another terminal, and that would be... I'm in the city of Atlanta, Georgia, from where in 4 hours I'm boarding on my last plane that will take me to Peru. I needed to go to that terminal by train or by metro, but seeing all this beauty, I decided that there is still enough time for taking a good walk. The passport control is passed without any problems at all, and that's great. Now I just have to wait for all my stuff and find a good place where I can park and not to be chased away. It's already hit. That's why I don't like flying. The Brook saddle is already sticking out on the side. By the way, I hooked it with a lock so that no one could pilfer it. They opened the box here, checked it and packed it with their own tape. I hope that everything is all right. What did they want to see there? Just throw it on a scanner and look. So it's clear. The frame, 2 wheels on each side, the carrier is removed as well as the wings. The stand is fixed and I removed 2 eccentrics because the box is already damaged by the wheels. The pedals are also tied not to get lost and, as I said, the saddle is locked like this. From Kiev to here it takes me 7 flights. Can you imagine this? And then you open it in Lima and there is no saddle in there. Whom and what will you ask? Nothing and no one. The assembling process is in a full play. Everything is going fine. By the way, in transit I usually take off one of the discs, mainly from the rear wheel because it's easier to remove, and tie it with the front one, which I can't take off without a special wrench, so I fasten it together on the front side. Yeah, they say that I shouldn't touch it with the greasy hands, that the tape glue... That's okay, it works. I also need to replace the brake pads on both wheels. And, attention, I have a new front star. As you all know, I have a multi-speed hub with 14 gears. I can only switch them, but I also can change the effort that I transfer from the pedals to this hub. It can really be changed. Now I have an old rear star with the 19 Ts that I installed earlier, and the current front one, which has 50, will be replaced with a 42 Ts analog, and the belt changes. I bought 2 of them, taking one with me and the second will be a spare. Although I could have this old belt as a spare, because I keep it with the star. It has 122 Ts, while the new one got only 115. I was told that it would fit. Well, hope for it. Now I'm going to remove an old star and install the new one. I think after that any uphill will be a relaxing place where I can ride while drinking some juice and sunbathing. Just kidding. That won't happen, but it will be still a little bit easier. For a long time, many of you have been asking a question about tensioning and replacing a belt. You should remove the joint and then thread the belt through. But to replace it, you should also remove the trunk, right here, because it blocks the way to the hole. The carriage itself I'll show you in a second. Here, well, that's pretty standard, but this one is eccentric. This platform under the carriage or the barrel is large size. So here I need to tighten it up. It's broken during the transportation. I know this. And that's it. Now it's almost the closest possible position to the wheel. And now let's try. Slightly overpulled, but I will weaken it now and it will be ready. And I have a new stars. Of course, I'm upset that this was broken. But the most terrible and unpleasant thing is that my brake fluid ran out. Right now I really have something to say. But I'd better hold in. I'd better hold in, because there's some share of my fault in it too. It's 1:40 AM and I already have such an adventure. I got it together, started at about 0:30 and now it's 2:15. Fine, not so long. And now the most difficult part, to pack all this stuff. Because I only took one bag to the salon, filled with the heavier things, which can be taken aboard, and now I have to hang all the bags and distribute the stuff. Ready, it's officially over, but what annoys me is the fact that my bags are crowded. As always at the start, there are a lot of weird things, boxes that will eventually go away somehow. Something will be trashed, something will be redundant. And this time I took too much. I also have a jacket in there, but there is only 2 pairs of shoes. My sandals and boots. Usually I can have even 3. The sneakers, the bike shoes and the step-ins. I'll go to look for a night, but before I need to go and buy a local phone card. Daily publications, communication needs, you know. The rate is probably depreciated, plus they take a commission and the written and real information differs. I wanted to buy a card here, but I was stunned with the prices. $10 for activation and $49 per week. So remember the price, $50. She said it's totally limitless, but I doubt it because I've already seen it in here in the past. Well, there's no much space here, but I managed to find one. And let the world wait. 6 AM in the morning. I've already left the airport and I'm going to the bus station through the area like this. That's why I said that it is necessary to wait. I've passed some clubs with a few drunk people going out. The locals build such fences to body their neighborhoods. Here are some runners. On the other side everything is also closed. After the States, where everything is so clean and neat, there is a feeling that you found yourself in an apocalyptic movie. And this is Lima, the capital of Peru. Here they repair the cars right on the streets. Soon I'll take a bus and will leave for a completely different part of the country, with the beauty, nature, a small concentration of people so they are not able to spoil everything around. Over there. I mean large nature areas. But there are a lot of them here, so you can immediately see it. Whoa, a honk! This was a taxi driver. The minibuses here drive alone and honk to attract people's attention.
Buenos dias! Nice to meet you too.
Oh, in English. Of course, since I'm white. For sure. Now it will be...
Bingo! Hello, motherfucker, bro!
This is how I find the adventures. Thanks to the guys for shouting. This is of course an isolated case, but when it happens to me day after day, many times a day, or even an hour, I hope now you understand why I so painfully react to gringo. It's cool when you came somewhere as a tourist, they called you once, you smiled and think, great, yes, I'm a gringo. I came to another country to feel on my own skin what it's like to be a tourist. But when you live here full time, even pedaling in transit, it starts to bother you really quick. remember how I came here for the first time. Also at night and also on a bus. I was surprised by traffic, music, and a number of people. What is the best station here? By the way, it's not only in Latin America, but I also saw it in Asia. It's a set of different carriers, the same situation we have in Ukraine. They differ not only by directions, but there may also be a few different buses going on the same line in the same direction, but for different prices. As usual, the comfort level with or without meals, but that's not a point. It may be early because now it's only 6 a.m. Sunday, but generally there are people at the entrance who ask you where do you go. Are you going to Huaraz? That's the name of a city I'm heading. And then they advised you the window to visit. They are customer-oriented from the start. They hunt for clients, seek out for them and direct them to their own windows in order to get revenue. 40 for me and 10 for the bike. Isn't it cool? Here is the bus with all the seats. My seat is here with a panoramic view. Done. I left all the bags. And now it will be 8 to 10 hour trip on a bus, depending on where exactly I wanna go. To be honest, I've already been more than a day on the way. Obviously, I go to the restrooms and closets, wash my face and do other water procedures, but still, I feel that I am not the freshest guy. And now let's go and see how much will they fee me for the platform pass. I don't understand. If you already sell tickets knowing that I will go there anyway, why not just to include this passage into the price?
Buenos días. ¿A cuánto cuesta?
It's roughly 50 cents.
Buenos días.
By the way, it was an X-ray scanner. I have a knife in my bag. Actually, two knives. The orange one, which I always take with me in the trips, and the pocket knife. What is the sense of all this? Why do they check all the bags if I passed with a knife? The ticket says Puerta. It means the platform or gate. Gate number 8A. Guys, I've already asked everyone here 80 times. Plus, there is no any direction written below. Let's see, our bus line is called Rapido. Do you see Rapido in there? Not at all. Okay, that's it. My inscription appeared. Let me remind you that among locals, I am a true giant. I mean that in our country, the average height is much bigger. But look, and this is the cheapest bus I found. A man in front laid down and there's still enough space. And there's even such a footrest. Oh, we made a stop. Because of Lima's situation on the coast, its absolute height is 0, and I ended my journey at a 2,500 mark. Such a typical dining room. Baño, the closet. Female, damas, I wasn't there, I was only in Caballeros baño, which means the male one. The first thing that catches your eye, there's no roof. Against the background of mountains and papaya. But beauty is different. Look how nicely equipped is each and every room. I took some rainwear with me, but I imagine it differently. I saw that I would ride for a couple of weeks under the sun, and only then rain will catch me up. But no. The reality is different. Thanks to God, I need to pass only a few blocks on my way to hotel. Yes, I booked a hotel. The road on a bus took 9 hours, and I have been sleeping for more than a half. I will rest and solve a number of questions. I can't find a hotel, so since I have a number, I asked locals to call. Here they are, calling and laughing at me because I'm lost. I have uploaded the address in my offline map, but it turned out to be incorrect, so they are not here.
Muchas gracias.
The knowledge of local language, well, at least a couple of words. It certainly makes contact easier. My new Colombian friend came to the rescue.
Так, se llama Alpamayo.
Ah, el pamayo, véala acá.
Here's Al Tamayo, and I'm standing under there.
Pero esto hotel? Sí.
The wrong one. There are several of them with the same name, but this one is called the hotel and the other a guest house. We are going to a new place. There's even a special bike room here. He said that they had a lot of bikers, but I'm the first bicycle traveler.
Español ciclista, sí? Ruso, ucraniano, velosipedist. Velosipedist.
We have a towel, toilet paper, and a view. For $12. Now it's time for business. I returned to those first guys who tried to help me to find a hotel, and as a matter of fact they have a Wi-Fi here, which I didn't know last time. I ordered ceviche, a local fish meal, and while you're waiting, they usually bring corn. I like the way they fry. It looks like popcorn, but it doesn't explode. This is called a simple ceviche. There's only a fish here. The fresh one. Only fresh fish. With greens on the top, and this is also some sort of fried fish. And that one is called a dragon milk. I ate it in another place and it was richer there. Here I have more milk than a dragon itself. Nothing at all. Holy moly, that's not a cocktail I ate, definitely. I had a snack, started to feel better, and the weather became better. Not because I ate, but because it was time for it. And now you can see the mountains. And I've just been walking, oh, and even snowy peaks. And I've just been walking and thinking about how great the weather was here when I came here last year, and how cold and rainy it is now. But not. Today is Sunday and nothing works. So I couldn't sort out all the stuff with my telephone number. Plus I live not at Sander and it's a little too lazy to go there. But I've already bought washing powder, shampoo and soap. And I'm going to smell better than ever. I'm on my way to hotel. I have a lot of files that need to be uploaded to that cloud. And that's my task for now. I'll also go through all my stuff, because the bike still doesn't behave as it should. The weight hasn't been distributed properly, so it's a little bit shaky on turns. But that will be fixed. Finally, I can say this. This is an official start of my new bicycle adventure through South America. My last trip was finished in this city, that is called Huaraz. There are national parks nearby. I took a bus from here, went to Lima and flew away. And now all the same in reverse. I flew to Lima, took a bus, arrived here and spent one night in a hotel. And now I'm returning to places I've already been last year. I looked through the map, and that road, I saw it 2 times already, mainly from the bus. Interesting, of course. But now I wanna try to go recklessly through the pass and cross the same national park mountains from the other side. And that's kinda cool. But I'm already at an altitude of more than 3,000 meters above sea, and while doing something I already start to feel the appearance of a pant. Another news. Gilmer and his father Marco invited me as a guest to Lima, and I promised them a hot drive. We spoke beforehand, but when I finally told him my arrival date, he said that I would need to wait him for 2 days because I flew in at night between the 2nd and the 3rd, and he returns only tomorrow on the 5th day of the month. That's fine, because my main goal there in Lima was to visit Gilmer's house after the flight at night or in the morning and have some rest at his home for 1 day. So the hot drive goes along with me, and maybe later I will be lucky to meet someone who will need that gift. Now you can congratulate me. I'm shooting on a new camera that I bought. Sony FDR X3000, the same that I had in my last trip, but I chipped it then. So I got a new one. Now I travel with a Bose but shoot on a new camera with a good lens. I'm in Lima, so I put on my Panama hat from Costa Rica. Haven't worn it for a long time. Here we are, watching at the traffic lights. The green is on and it looks like nothing should really happen. Now it switched to red, and among the pedestrians there are some guys with a banner, advertising the banner. They offer something for the kids, kind of education services. So simple, they came out on the road to promote. Is it a wedding or what? Oh, that's a nursing home. And today is Monday. The inscription reads, nursing home, more health for Peruvians. Finally, that happened. I'm a tenor. Now we will find out everything about the tariffs and prices. I'm really interested in difference between the airport and here. That's it. Of course, here they didn't tell me that they have an unlimited tariff, because they don't. It's limited, but for $3 I'll take a gigabyte of information, while also having a limitless messengers, such as WhatsApp and Messenger itself. No limits for 10 days. I do believe that this is much better than a $60 offer at an airport. And my last name is also difficult for them. Almost certainly they will write not Verin, but Bepich. They do it constantly, because in Ukrainian it looks like Verin, but if you read it in Latin letters, Bepich. I received a phone card, the internet is already working. Now I'll close the question with a broken bottle holder and I'm ready to leave. I like the benches here in Peru. Of course, not every bench looks like this, but I've already seen it in the past. Actually, this is the second time. The bike shops here are closed until lunch. I met a local guy and asked where can I buy a bottle holder. And here is such a beautiful place, just for $3.
Plástico no hay. Sí, pero esto no bien.
For lack of another, I'll take this. Everything have been repaired. A beautiful Thompson behind. The past bottle holder goes with me from Canada. Yes, I bought it in Canada, in the city of Whitehorse, and it served up until now. The road ahead is blocked, and it's a frequent phenomenon that they run around selling like this. There will be a traffic jam anyway. One of the most striking examples. When a person sees another bike traveler, he cannot drive past. There is such an international practice, and it works totally everywhere.
What is your name?
Julio.
Julio. Это на Spanish Julio it's July.
Julio.
And Italiano same? Julio?
Julio.
Huh?
They says that you should pay if you want to take the video.
Ah, gracias.
No, that you must pay to if you want to take the video.
I don't know.
The Italian is embarrassed.
Mucho gusto, mi amigo. Ciao. How many kilometers do you have today for Colombia? Ah, you don't know.
I don't know.
How many? How long? How long?
3 months.
3 months.
3 months.
You cycling?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Ciao.
He was a little bit scared. A man just walked up to him and said, "Give me the money." Everyone gathered in a circle, looking for the resolution, but they don't know who is in front of them.
Ciao. Ciao.
No, this is one shot. All the other guys sitting there were fine, but one man came up. It's such a trifle, but it's unpleasant. Among many people who I already met, everyone was pleasant and responsive. They helped. Of course, sometimes you meet the opposite ones, and then you want to make such a conclusion about all the Peruvians. No, of course that's an isolated case, but it's a pity that it occurs. I'm writing and thinking, well, specifically that man. You can say that he's not maybe so highly civilized. The education is doubtful. Many things are doubtful. But he somewhere heard, learned and remembered that you can demand money for a photo and video fixation. And here is my question. How do you feel when someone shoots you on camera? I'll speak for myself. A few years ago, I turned away, beware that later someone will recognize me, or some other bad stuff will happen. Or I'll become famous and here I had a bad look. And now I stopped, because I really liked the thought that once came to my mind. It says, how wonderful it is to become a part of someone's story. I was here 6 months ago, and those who saw the past trip So they remember me, running here in the evening. I decided to make a cool road, and now I'm going to the bath house. Today I passed 33 kilometers through the mountains. And without a habit and with lead and bike, that's quite an adventure. And for tomorrow my plan is to go through a nice pass with an elevation change of plus 2000 meters. That's just the difference. The total altitude will be above 4000. This is the first time I'm starting a journey with such a hard terrain. Usually I go straight for a week, adapt it, and that's it. The nearby village is called Marcara. Huaraz is big, then Marcara is smaller, and this is Chancos. It's all like saunas. This is all different saunas with different temperature levels. Of course I wanna go to the hottest, it's the third one, 54 degrees. So the one that I want, let's call it sauna, costs 8. It's a little bit more than $2. This is a pool with a thermal water. A little bit higher than $1.2, $1.3. This is the same pool with the thermal water, but with herbs. $3, and I don't want to go there. Piscina is a pool. 60 cents. Oh, that's for kids. And for adults it is slightly more than $1.30. The hot thermal water here is coming straight from the tops, so the surplus is simply drained. So, here are the visitors. I took bath procedures, so to speak. What makes me happy is that the bath is in a cave, it's natural, it's something interesting. 56 degrees if I'm not mistaken. It seems not to be very hot. The altitude of 2,800 meters above the sea level is pleasing. It's a special charm to go to the sauna at such an altitude. I can't say that I had a lot of rest and relaxation because I still don't understand how tired I am. My head now is busy with the thoughts about whether or not I will be able to master that pass as quickly as I want. The most interesting just begins. Now I start to understand that I'm in a different country. So, last year I spent the night somewhere here, in these shacks. No, in the next one, where the people are. There is no mobile communication in here. That's alone. I slept in this booth hiding from a rain. But no, now I need internet. Because it's time to make the first publication with the bicycle on Instagram. Yes, by the way, the video on YouTube is a bit behind my real location. Just a little bit. This year we are trying to publish it almost without any delay. So I inform you, because it turns out that not everyone knows. I have an Instagram, I have a Facebook, and I have a Telegram. There's even a chat in a Telegram. Well, because the channel is only for publications, so there is also a chat, where you can communicate, ask and answer the questions, comment anything you want. So welcome. The name is similar, Ruslan, Verin.